Good evening. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to the Embassy of Italy in Washington, D.C., and welcome to the 10th edition of the Urbino Press Award. As many of you know already, the Urbino Press Award is divided into two segments. This is the first segment. This is when the Ambassador of Italy announces officially who is the winner of the present year. And then 2 months later, in June, in the Ducal Palace in Urbino, we have the ceremony where the award is given to the winner. So, thanks to all of you, but I want to also say thank you to the city of Urbino, to the Marche region, to the Chamber of Commerce of Pesaro Urbino. Here there is Mr. Amerigo Barotti, and to Piero Guidi and all the sponsors that support the Urbino Press Award and allows us to be here every year during the last 10 years. I don't want to get into many other explanations because I will leave you with a short video, only 7 minutes, to get into the right mood and understand why Urbino and what the Urbino Press Award is. Thank you.
Thank you so much to this beautiful, beautiful city of Urbino for this spectacular award. I can't tell you how happy I am to be standing before you today in this amazing setting of the Palazzo Ducale. My sister Marlene and I have spent the past 3 days getting to know this wonderful place, walking in the footsteps of the Duke of Montefeltro, of Raphael, of Baldassare Castiglione, one of the most famous chroniclers of the human condition. It's been educational, it's been awe-inspiring, and most of all, it's been so much fun.
Urbino and the Marche region are not only rich in art and history, but excel in the quality of life. Here you find the authentic Italy, good food with exclusive ingredients like the Aqualagna truffle, the famous wines of our hills, and the Italian lifestyle.
The Urbino Press Award is a recognition of excellence in journalism awarded to American reporters. The city of Urbino, which during the Renaissance gave life to one of the most important courts of Europe, symbolically reinstates its court to hear the voice and the experience of today's reporters.
I do think you have taken this process enormously seriously. I think you look for journalists who care, who have passion. If I can say that Diane Ree, Michael Weisskopf, Martha Raddatz have one thing in common, it is that we inform ourselves, that we educate ourselves, and that we educate our viewers and listeners and readers. And that's what we try to do every day, and we take that very seriously.
That country will have the most energy security, national security, economic security, healthy environment, and global respect. I want that country to be my country.
I do believe that we're in, when I was at Harvard as an undergraduate, they spoke of the great chain of being that began in places like Urbino with people who were courageous enough to think freely and who handed on that idea in a chain whose links go from decade to decade and century to century. And those links now, I feel, bind me tight, bind all of us together, brought me here for this wonderful award. Thank you very much.
I accept this award. I'm humbled by your history, the history that I see all around me. You have made You have every right, all of you, the people of Urbino, to be proud of this history. It is so visible, and I applaud you, especially for cherishing your own history, for taking advantage of it, for honoring it, and keeping it alive as we see in this building and throughout this beautiful city. Let me thank the people of Italy. Let me thank the people of Urbino. Let me thank all of you for simply showing up. You make all of us better and smarter just by doing what you're doing. Thank you so much.
The winner of the 2014 Urbino Press Award is Maria Bartiromo.
I am truly humbled and honored to accept this prestigious award tonight. I feel so fortunate to have been able to have this front row seat to the global economy over the last 25 years, but to be recognized by the Italian government, to be recognized by my friends in Italy and my friends in the Italian-American community, I think I have arrived. I feel truly so blessed by this honor.
Recently, the Urbino Press Award wished to recognize Charlie Hebdo, the Paris-based magazine that fell victim to a terrorist attack on January 7, 2015. To the magazine's editor, Gérard Biard, the award sculpture was given in sign of public support.
Visto che per me, per noi, a Charlie, la laicità è una cosa essenziale per la libertà d'espressione, cioè non si può far senza. Ci sono dittature laici, certo, però per una vera democrazia, per una libertà d'espressione vera, bisogna laicità, perché la laicità permette a tutti di questa libertà di coscienza, no? Che non è la libertà di religione, non è la libertà di credere, la libertà di coscienza è anche di non credere, quindi di essere al mondo come un essere pensando, no?
Thank you so much to the.
And now, tonight, we are here to celebrate the winner, but we are also here to celebrate the Italian culture. As you know, music is a big part of the Italian culture. And tonight, also, we want to pay a tribute to one great composer from our area, from our province, Gioacchino Rossini, from Pesaro, and we are in the province of Pesaro and Urbino. So tonight we will have music, we will have a singer and a pianist that are exceptional. I would like to introduce a tenor, Pablo Henrich. He comes from Bolivia originally, and the pianist, she comes from Canada, and her name is Se-Ya Yoon. So please, and we will start with Gioacchino Rossini. The first two arie that we will present are Ecco ridente e Se il mio nome. Please.
tu non sorgi ancora e vuoi dormir così sorgi mia dolce speme ieri bellino il mio renditi ben crudo odio lo stral che mi ferì lo stral che mi ferì. Oggi già vengo quel caro sembiante quest'anima amante potene pietà nonostante d'amore felice istante d'amore felice momento quest'anima amante che L'amoroso e sincero l'inamoro non può darvi mia cara un tesoro. Ricco non sono, ma un cuore mi dono, un'anima fida e costante, che fida e costante, per voi solo sospira così. Dall'aurora al tramonto del dì, dall'aurora al tramonto del dì.
Thank you. Thank you. And I would like to remind all of you that tomorrow here in the auditorium at 6:30 p.m., the Washington National Opera will present Rossini's Cinderella story. It's a presentation, and for the lovers of Italian opera, it's an appointment that you shouldn't miss. And now I'm honored to leave the podium to the ambassador of Italy in the United States of America, Claudio Bisogniero.
Buonasera. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And no, don't worry, I will not perform. I will not sing tonight. And when we have standing room only in this room, which is, I think, a very good sign. But thank you for being with us tonight. Benvenuti. It's a great pleasure for the embassy to host tonight the 10th anniversary award of the Urbino Press Award. And I would like to thank some of the protagonists from Italy who have made this event possible. I would like to thank in particular Dr. Giovanni Lani, the Urbino Press Award president, and actually I should say the driving force behind the award. None of this would happen without Giovanni. I would like to greet the mayor of Urbino, who is with us tonight, Maurizio Gambini. And of course, you may have met them in the past, Piero and Giacomo Guidi, the founders and the main sponsors of this award. But frankly, I would like to thank everybody who has been active and who has been worked very, very hard to make this award and this initiative so successful. We live today in complicated and challenging times. If you look at the international scene these days, these months, these years. And I think, if anything, all of this has made clearly the role of journalism and the media even more important than it has ever been. And this is what is behind the award. This is why Italy, and specifically the city of Urbino, have chosen to set up this fantastic initiative, which is meant to pay tribute to the reporters' independence, dedication, often heroism, and all this obviously is particularly significant. So I would like now to move to the official part and to ask you to give a warm welcome to the winner of this year's edition of the Urbino Press Award. So I'm now going to reveal what is the best kept secret in town. And I would like to announce that the winner of the 2015 Urbino Press Award is Gwen Ifill. Congratulations. I think that and I think the warmth of this applause really testifies that the choice was absolutely impeccable for this year as well. Gwen's collected unbiased style of journalism has truly set a new benchmark, in particular when she moderated, as you know, the vice presidential debates in 2004 and 2008. Gwen worked for the Boston Herald American, then the Baltimore Evening Sun, the Washington Post, New York Times, and NBC. And with PBS since 1999, she is moderator and managing editor of the Washington Week and co-anchors the PBS NewsHour. But frankly, the fame of Gwen goes beyond her TV work. Her book, which is called The Breakthrough Politics and Race in the Age of Obama, was released on Inauguration Day 2009, and I think it's a clear example of her political farsightedness. There is only just one of Gwen's predictions that has not come true. In 2009, she declared to Mother Jones, "You may not see me tweeting soon." And she obviously changed her mind, because you can see how many followers she has on Twitter these days, and very deservedly so. So we are very, very happy to have pulled Gwen out of her PBS studio for a few hours tonight, and to have her with us at the embassy this evening for this award. And we are very, very pleased that she has been chosen as the winner of the 2015 Urbino Press Award, a prize that she will collect, as it has been described also on the video, that we should collect at the Palazzo Ducale, the Ducal Palace in the beautiful city of Urbino in the month of June. So Gwen, again, all of my congratulations, and I think this audience is waiting for you. Grazie.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm always stunned when someone gives me an award for doing something that I love to do, but never more so than tonight. So thank you so much, Mr. Ambassador. Thank you, Giovanni Lani. Thank you so much for thinking of me for this amazing award, and for allowing me to follow in the footsteps of so many of the journalists I admire so deeply. Journalists from Diane Rehm in 2006, to Maria Bartiromo last year, to Helene Cooper, who this week won the Pulitzer Prize in Journalism as part of the New York Times. So obviously Urbino beat them to the punch and knew this was coming. So we're very proud of her. It's good company that I get to keep. We are members of an earnest club of storytellers. From Martha Raddatz to Wolf Blitzer to David Ignatius to Sebastian Rotella to Michael Weiskopf and Tom Friedman. We do this work because we have just one more question, just one more itch to scratch, a little bit too much curiosity. I get to travel to college campuses quite a bit, and the students there frequently say this to me. It's predictable. Every single time they say, "Oh, for the news, I only watch Jon Stewart," which is kind of insulting when you think about it. And I tell them, where do you think he gets the news from? And the truth is, I can tell you where he gets it from. He gets it from people like the journalists that you honor. He gets it from people who are persuaded that we can be the light of this world by never accepting the first answer, by learning how to tell a story in an elegant and accessible way, and by respecting our audience's desire to embrace more, not less. If this sounds like a love letter to journalism, that's because it is. We get a bad rap sometimes. Sometimes it's deserved, but that's because bad news travels well. Less told are the stories of the imprisoned journalists who risked their lives to do the work in Iran and China and Ethiopia, hundreds behind bars as we speak around the world. Less understood is the work that relies on boring stuff like data crunching and Freedom of Information Act requests and the willingness to challenge your own government. And less appreciated is the work done by journalists who cover zoning boards and city councils and school committees. I've done it all. The stuff that affects our lives on a daily basis. I tell people I love covering politics. I love covering politics because everything is politics, that or religion, but mostly politics. And politics in particular is about more than elections, even though we're about to get consumed by one. It's about whether your child will be fed. It's about whether your parents can afford long-term care. It's about whether you have a roof over your head, or perhaps whether your son will be able to survive his next encounter with police. As they say, ripped from the headlines. To me, politics and political coverage is about government done right, and it's about accountability. That's the kind of journalism that you honor every year with this award. It's about seeing beyond our borders to the world beyond and making the connection between migrants fleeing Libya and refugees who flee Haiti or Cuba. That too is driven by politics. So I thank you so much for this award, not so much because I am flattered and overwhelmed, although that is true, and not because I actually get to go to Urbino this summer, which, believe me, is completely true. But I thank you because you honor the work I do. You honor the work we do. And we strive every day to explain our world in the best way that we know how. So with that, I leave you with the only Italian word I know. Grazie, grazie, grazie.
Thank you, Ms. Ifill. Thank you very much. Let's go back to music. 3 more segments, 3 more arie. This time we change the composer. We will have Donizetti, Tosti, and Verdi.
Io ti seguico, mi ride di pace, lungo le vie del cielo. Io ti senti come un'amica pace, in quel giorno scordar. Torna, caro ideal, torna un istante a sorridermi ancora, e in me risplenderà nel tuo sembiante una novella aurora. Una novella aurora. Interrapito al son della tua voce, lungamente sognai, e della terra ogni affano, ogni croce, in quel giorno scordar. Torna, caro ideal, torna un istante a sorridermi ancora, e in me risplenderà nel tuo sembiante una novella aurora. Una novella aurora. Torna, caro ideal, lunge da lei per me non va diretto, volaron già tre lune da che la mia Violetta agi per me lasciò, novizie, amori e le pompose feste, ova io maggiavezza bene schiavo ciascun di sua bellezza. Ed or contenta in questi ameni luoghi tutto scorda per me. Qui presso a lei io rinascer mi sento, e dal soffio d'amor rigenerato scordo nei gaudi suoi, tutto il passato. dell'universo in memoria, io vivo quasi in cielo, da lì che mi sento vivere, io voglio a te fedel, ah sì, dell'universo in memoria, io vivo quasi in cielo, io vivo in cielo, nell'universo in memoria. Io vivo quasi in cielo, sì, io vivo quasi in cielo. Io vivo quasi in cielo.
Pablo Heinrich e Sea Yun. And now we said Italian culture. Well, a big part of Italian culture is food. So outside this room, there is the buffet that is waiting for us with some ingredients from our land and all the great talent of the chefs. Thank you very much.